Okay, everybody, it's Friday. I'm glad everybody made it through another week. This is a little thing I do called Fun Fact Friday, where I do a little bit of fun facts. Some people care, some people don't, and the facts are always fun. But before I get started, I want to just say this week I had the actual privilege of photographing a tiny house. Yes, a little tiny house. You can see here as I'm spinning around. It's here locally in Vacaville. I think the owner's selling it for about $65,000. It's 200 square feet. It's all the amenities intact. You got the stove, you got the living room, the dining room, the bedrooms, 2 bedrooms actually, and a bathroom. The only thing I noticed, it did have a dresser or drawer, but it didn't have a closet of any type, so somehow that's going to be improvised. But anyway, that's our fun fact for this week. Did you know that the oldest, tiniest house is in Great Britain?
I did not know that.
Yes, it's true. Located in Conway, Wales, the smallest and oldest house in Great Britain is known as Ytiliefyum Mechaham Far. Listen, that's what it says on the website. I totally butchered it. I don't know how to pronounce that. It's better known as the Quay House. That's much simpler. It measures 72 inches across, 122 inches high, and 120 inches deep. Well, they use deep in England. We use it in length. It's 120 inches in length. It was built in the 16th century, and despite its size, it was home to numerous families throughout the generations. It manages to squeeze in a bedroom upstairs and living room downstairs with very basic cooking facilities and a water tap behind the stairs. Now, although it's mostly suited for one person, in the past it had couples actually as well as single people living in it during the 19th century, as borne out by the census entries across the centuries. It was actually bought in 1891 by a guy named Robert Jones, a landowner and fisherman, who actually bought it for 20 pounds. That was $27 back then. Hey Siri, what is 20 English pounds in American money?
I found this on the web.
I gotta read? When Siri isn't available, you gotta do it yourself. So according to this thing here, 20 pounds today is more like $25.24. Well, go figure. Anyway, a copy of the conveyance or the deed hangs in the smallest house, showing that for that price, he not only bought the house but also acquired a sitting tenant with it, another guy named Robert Jones. What a coinkydink. So Robert Jones, the tenant, continued to live in the smallest house until 1900, when the local corporation declared it and a number of other neighboring properties unfit for habitation. Now, dismayed at the potential loss of income, Robert Jones, the owner, toured the country with his good friend, a guy named Roger Dawson. He was the editor of the North Wales Weekly News, and they went out measuring small houses to see if indeed Robert Jones's house was the smallest house in the country. Having established that it was, the corporation agreed that it could now be saved from demolition and open instead a tourist attraction. And which it stands there today, a really cool tourist attraction. And the Guinness Book of World Record, also in England, did confirm that it was the smallest house in England in the 1920s. Now, today, these tiny homes are pretty common. In fact, if you do a quick internet search, you can find a whole bunch of them. In fact, they range in price between $20, $25, $30, $45,000 or whatever. And most of them, not all of them, have wheels. In fact, the one I photographed did have wheels. So the ones that have wheels, you can just pretty much just hitch to the back of a truck and take your house wherever you want to go. But that doesn't even sound like a house to me. It's more like a glorified camper. That's probably why I have this urge to go fishing all of a sudden.